Hello, dear friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is news time again from this very good channel. Welcome back. How are you all doing? Hope you're good. I pray that God will be with you in your endeavors. Today, we have another update for you. And I want you to, after listening to it, you drop your opinion and suggestions you have so that Biafra will be free. And that's just it. Okay, let's go there.
We are not trying to be Igbo. We are not looking for Igbo to protect us. We are Igbos. You can choose to say whatever you want to say. You can hold any opinion about Livingstone, but I dare you. I dare you. Whoever it is, I dare you. So you cannot, because of a post-war script and narrative, come here to undermine our identity. It is a colonial script to divide us, so we become diminished in the face of our neighbors. Our neighbors know our capacity. They know our courage. They know we are a global institution. That Igbos all over the world, Igbos all over the world, we are more than 80 million. I was talking to Chief Mike Okiro earlier on, and he was talking to me about a man called Njoku, who is from Kenya. And he mentioned to me a particular Theophilus Okiro, who was one-time minister in the government of Kenya. Am I correct, sir? People have said, he's an Imo State man, and I asked, when he joined the police, did he join because he wanted to be IG and took reverse slots? At the time he was IG, we prided in this state that our son is the Inspector General of Police. And you're coming to say he's 75 and going. Today is this year is the 76th year on earth. What else? He has seen it all. We are not looking for endorsement. We are not looking for recommendation. We are not looking for acceptance. Africa survives on the strength of Igbo. Africa survives on the strength of Igbo. Every Ekwere man you see is an Igbo man. You can choose to deny it. Some of us have been denied several political privileges in this state on account of our stance. They have called us names, you can't trust them. Livingstone can't be trusted. You can't hold him, you can't control him. I'm not looking for anybody to control me or to trust me. Even Jesus Christ was not looking for reputation. But the fact is, I tell you to your face, that's why I say, I dare you. So as we go home, remember that the more than 80 million Igbos around the world are looking up to this arrangement here today for leadership. We are in Cuba. I went through the slave trade manifest and I realized that Calabar was the largest slave port in Africa, and the largest slaves that were exported from Africa to the rest of the world are Igbo. And we make up majority of most of the black nations, both in Northern America and other African little states, including Fiji and Haiti and the rest of them, Brazil. And we have very prominent sons. Bishop T.D. Jakes has traced his DNA up to Imo State. Oprah Winfrey, Buju Banton, Rihanna, you can even Bob Marley. We are not trying to claim it. It's not something we are not looking for an identity post. We are saying what it is. We are just like the Jews. Dele Farotimi says Igbos are the only ethnic group in Nigeria that can survive very well without the support of government. If we want to govern Nigeria, it's in our hands. But Igbos have to know what they are made of. You must know your onions. When you say Oha, Oyara, Waneya, can we do that in reality? Can Igbos in River State, this idea of domination, Igbo doesn't own Ekwere. Ekwere is part of Igbo. So you don't come from Anambra and say, So when you come here, you respect your Ekwere brother and his tradition. When I go to Nri, I respect my Nri brother and his tradition. That's the way it plays. You don't come here and exert any form of dominion or control. No. We are one. We are. I am because we are. Mbuntu. So we are one. When I see my Anambra brother, I am proud that Anambra has the highest number of billionaires in Nigeria. I am proud. When I go to Imo State, I am proud. When I go to Ebonyi, I am proud. When you come to River State, respect your brothers from Ahoda, from Onelga, Obebe Mandoni, from Ekwere, from Eche, from Omoma, from Oyibo, including those who have spilled into Eleme, Okrika, and Kalabari, including some parts of Bayelsa. And I told them that Ekwere has an extension in Opobo, even in Boni, that Ekwere, I was telling our brothers today, the community Delta State, there is a kingdom called Ekwere. There is a kingdom called Ekwere in Delta State. They migrated from Elele. They have a first-class king. In fact, one of their sons is Dr. Samuel Ajogbe, the one-time director of projects of NDDC, ED projects. And he confirmed to me I'm an Elele man, but we are in Delta State by virtue of migration. I wrote an article titled, Indeed, What is Bini About Ekwere? And I wrote another article titled, Igbo Hates Ekwere, Igbo Hates Ekwere, the dummy they sold to us. Captain Elechi Amadi was confronted by Chidi, Professor Chidi Oswago. Why do you hate Igbo? Say, no, I don't hate Igbo. I am Igbo, but what I wrote against was the attitude and the treatment from the Aron people. That was personal. We should not, because there is a project to de-Igbonize the riverine Igbo and make the hinterland Igbo see us as enemies. And so when we come here, we want to subdue them. You cannot. We will keep rising. Although some of us here who are holding on to our heritage may not be much, but we need the support of each other to steer this ship. And if our hinterland Igbo brothers do not show us the reciprocal love and brotherhood, the other Ekweres who are willing to hold on to this heritage will hold back because they feel you're not giving them the sufficient protection. There are some Igbo leaders in the past who drove this idea of hate and domination. And today we are finding it difficult to believe in each other. So there's a trust deficit. So it has to be a deliberate and a conscious commitment to bring about the Igbo structure so robust, so that, because Satan does not fight one who has no great destiny. The war against Ndi Igbo is because of the destiny of the Igbos. Our greatness is under attack. We are under existential threat because of the destiny we carry. So you must not see them as Ndi Ekwere and Ndi Soma. Ndi Igbo. When somebody comes and says, speak Igbo language, the other time in our meeting at a People's Club, they said, speak Igbo. I started speaking Ekwere. Yes, Ekwere is Igbo. And he got offended. He said, no, speak Igbo. I said, no. This is my own Igbo version. You can't impose another one on me. The time for peace and unity is now. So I want you to know that we are here not because we are looking for people to cling on to. We're here because God says we should be here. We did not choose to be here. God brought us here. We have our brothers all over the world. And I want to use this opportunity to call on all our brothers who are aspiring for this same office. Can we come to the round table? Our brother Tim Uche, Chief Fine Face Amechi, Jackson Omenazo, and the other yet unknown persons. Let's all come on board. Every move to divide us is part of the strategy to destroy us. Let's not give room for it. It's not about Mike Okiro. It's not about me. You can choose to be anything under the 1999 Constitution, so-called. You can, by virtue of the right to freedom of association, choose to create any group. But you know, the more we create too many Igbo groups, the more we are not unified to fight our battles properly. There are too many. Everybody in Igbo land is a king. Everybody is king. It's killing us. It's killing us. Everybody is this. I won't care. I don't remember you. Please, I will rest my case here.
Thank you for listening. You have all had it. You know, in this very speech was made during the Ohanese and whatever. Forget about where it was made and the Ohanese whatever. Forget it. We are trying to bring out a fact of whom we are and how we are supposed to treat each other, where we have fallen short, and how we have to return to whom we are. That is what we are after. We are not after the Ohanese whatever, political whatever they are doing there. Forget about that Ohanese vote you are seeing at the back and whatever. That's not what we are after. The speech that this guy made, and we are going to look into it and capture some of the things. Most of you have heard it, and I think I have my brother here, Akonyo Wetere, is here with me. So my brother Akonyo Wetere, let's hear from you. Go ahead and give your word as we continue.
Thank you very much, Uncle Chooks. Good morning from my end.
Good morning, you're welcome.
There are so many things to say, but let me just say few now, while others that will join us later make their contribution. You know, I've always said that the trauma that we inherited from that 1967 to 70 civil war that we lost, which was not intentional, but when the obvious happened, Ojukwu had to bow out. It left us in limbo. There's one thing that Livingstone said. He said because of the story of the Civil War that is sold to them. When you listen to all this exposition, it will dawn on you to know that this war was a premeditated and well-written script that they used Gowon to be the actor. And immediately they had the script, two script. If we go into war with them, if we did not succeed in exterminating them, then they will surrender. When they surrender, we will partition them. We will divide them, cut them. When we cut them, we now bring our second plan, and that they succeeded in all. And while they succeeded, they left us with this damage that we are trying to clean up since 1999. That the struggle started again, picked up again. How do they succeed? The war that Igbos had, because just as our brother is saying, the war that Igbo nation had with so-called Nigeria was the Third World War. It was a war against the entirety of West, being headed by Britain, because they know us. When they were making their voyage, looking for land to conquer, our people engaged them for 30 years, from 1980 something till 1912. Because the war ended, it wasn't long. The amalgamation of Northern and Southern Protectorate took place. So they could make war. At least within that period, they discovered that these people, they are too much. And while a Kumeku war was ongoing, they sent their missionaries to come and decimate our people and introduce this current identity crisis that we are fighting. If somebody like me says that Christianity is our problem. A Christian brother will come that Christianity is not our problem. That this one, they left us with that one. That one became a chronic disease to us. A chronic disease. I'm not going that side. Now, after the war, they took away history. Not that people are not reading history, but had it been that history was much available in our educational curriculum, it will be versatile for everybody. It will be easy for, it won't be a something of choice. Even as it is a something of choice, it is up until when you get to university. But if to say history was much available, even though you do not have interest in history, you will get to know the basic of where the place you are coming from. They took it away. After taking it away, they now introduce that marginalization. The marginalization came when they've taken all our money and balanced my fathers with 20 pounds. Now, hunger was the weapon that you people used to win the war against the Biafra. Meaning that there is much hunger in the land already. Now, after the war, that people supposed to let them have their money so that they can make purchase. People that have money can make purchase. There will be surplus in the land. You will inherit the money, which is a script that Britain wrote for them. You now left our people to survive. Among all the tribes in Nigeria, who are the most traveled? Tell me how our people traveled. Our people, immediately after the war, the opportunity to go to Europe, that was much easier. Our people struggled to travel. Many people, when they got there, our schools were destroyed. They found themselves into drug peddling, doing rubbish work. They succeeded in that. All the federal institution that would drive our economy, they all relocated them to Abuja, to Lagos, to Port Harcourt. They succeeded in stripping all our people naked. And for the cost of us to survive, we start dabbling into many evil things that is still much with us today, that made them to write that script that they preach to our brothers in the riverine side. So the major problem that we are having in our land is identity crisis, and it has domiciled with our people, which is the thing that Nnamdi debunked, because his messages resonated with every indigenous person in Nigeria. Put Igbo by the side, his message resonated with all the Jukun people, the Bachamas, all the North, the West. He resonated with them. When Simon was preaching also, I have said it that in some of his programs that I'll be following up, people from West will call and say, we love what you are doing, your messages, his preaching. That means that what our PM was doing resonate with them. But our people, I won't blame them. At the time, I don't like blaming them. But I will be saying that this is what we need to be doing to resuscitate the minds of our people, put them on the map. This is what this Biafra we are talking of means. Now, let me come down to the Igbo people that are at the forefront of this Biafra quest. When you go to the other camp, Ogenkele group, within their brothers, they are calling them Sabo, mapping some that will not come back, some that they will pack. And within the entirety of the Old Eastern region, we are being faced with identity crisis. Some groups are being told that this is not your brother. Now, inside us that have even accepted that we are Igbos, some group are still pointing finger that these ones are from Fulani, this one are from Hausa, This one cannot do it. But when the Hausa that you are attributing us to want to look, when they are looking at us, they see us as what? One people. They see us as Igbo. Nnamdi told us, Simon did it. Now there's no the fact is not even far-fetched. What happened at Urumi supposed to be a pointer, an indicator for everyone to know that the people we are trying to side with to denigrate others, that the way they see us as what? As Igbos. When we are now being endued with this knowledge, you will then know that unity is what will get us out of the contraption. So that's why I always say that the war, it dealt with us. And look at how long, how the many years that this destruction has stretched. For us to debunk it, it has to be something that everybody will take upon himself. As you are preaching, you have your followers. Let me say, as Vam is preaching, he has his own followers. That is life. Freedom of what? Choice. You can choose. People choose with. If Vam will dedicate his time to be doing exposition, telling our people the reason we need to be one, how all this error started. Do you know that what happened during the time Nnamdi was preaching would have been what everybody will know? Because when you come across messages like this, you now flip it to what is happening in Nigeria. You will now have. But now something is happening in Nigeria. When those ones look helpless, they turn back. They now see you that they're supposed to call their bigger brother, messing up yourself. They will say, no, I will not run from one masquerade on the village square and now enter inside the house where they are getting the masquerades. That's what is happening. So it is not our fault. It has happened. How are we going to correct the errors? By doing this. These are brother telling people, telling the Ekwere, and these are the things that the system called Nigeria, that I do say that Fulani is not our problem. It's the system called Nigeria that is our problem. And those systems, they are playing ahead of us. They pick Wike when they called them up to Abuja. Just as our leader said yesterday, they told him, when you go to Obibo, kill people and prove to us that you are with us. The man is saying that because of his stance, he has not been able to get any offer politically from River State that he's from. Because they say, this one is a threat to us. It's like this one is beginning to know the truth. When Nnamdi said that it is only the truth that will destroy Nigeria, we think it is about exposing Obasanjo. So exposing Obasanjo is not the truth. This is the main truth. The day that all of us defy this identity crisis that we are fighting, that is the truth. We will come as a block, and Nigeria will cease to exist. We'll be able to chase all those people that they have buy over. Atoeze them, P2B them, all of them. They will have no space again. That they are still reigning supreme is because we have not known who we are, and outsiders know us more than we know ourselves. Something happened at Urumi. They have flipped it in several ways. They started by the Igbos killed our people. The Igbos living at Urumi. Even one foolish woman from Benin came out online to say that the Esan people and the Urumi people, that they are not original Benin, that they are from Igbos, that Benin people cannot do jungle justice. Is it not foolishness? But I thank God, one thing that gives me joy, that makes me to be happy, for the fact that all the things that Nnamdi said, is playing one after the other serially. I am very much happy. And that is why I do say the thing we need to do is to resort into building strong institution, guarding this USB with all that we have. Because when the zoo will scatter tomorrow, we will have where to fall back immediately. Because some that are calling for war, destruction, woto. But within you, you are power monger. There's no place to fall on if the destruction comes. Because when, according to Bible story, when Noah was building the ark, people were mocking him. Up until God told him that it is time, all of them walk into the ark, destruction come. If to say when the creator of the universe beckoned on Noah, that Noah did not accept to have a plan for tomorrow, that rain, that fountain that knocked the water from beneath the earth and above, that shook the whole universe, Noah will be among the people that will be destroyed. Since they've succeeded, identity crisis have succeeded in destroying Nnamdi, destroyed Simon. Let us not let identity crisis destroy us. Let's tell our people who we are. Let's tell our people what the Biafra we are fighting for, what it means. Because Biafra, what it means to us is not what Biafra means to the Westerners. They are talking about terrorism, threat to us. They see, if not that it will be foolishness of them, the United Nations, they will tell you that Biafra is the highest threat they will face, and that is how they see us, because they know the day we defy this identity crisis and actualize Biafra, that greatest exodus will happen in Europe. In a space of 10 or 20 years, best brains in Europe will leave Europe. Our brother made mention of TDJs, all these people we call. Do you think that it's not, they don't have the feeling of coming back? But when they get on their phone and see what is happening, why are they coming back? Nigerian we have a butter. Somebody that have lived a good life, or you want him to come back and rub himself on the mud again? No. But the day we come, just as our leader said that day and night for 72 years, we used to build our country. You will see people will come. When I was reading Bible, I studied this Garden of Eden. When I studied this Garden of Eden, I've not asked anybody this question. And I discovered those rivers that flow like this, doing good, doing this, doing that. I went back to geography, the little one I did study. I checked Europe. I now check the entirety of African continent. I say that Africa is this Garden of Eden, because all the things that Bible made mention of that is found in Garden of Eden, all of it are in Africa. So why are we now suffering? And Bible said that a place cherub, that nobody can enter the garden again, and archaeologists have never been able to discover where the garden is. So all these things, the European people, they studied us. There's popular things that we do, popular things that we always say that when they came, they met us as a Democrat, that we are practicing democracy, and they took it from us and went back to their place and redefined it and modified it, and now selling it back to us. We are the real people. Let our people know where we are coming from, who we are, and rip ourselves off of this identity crisis. Spread the message.
I'm going to round it up so that others can
spread the message, so that our children, people of my age, people that are to be born, we know that this is the reason why we have to own our country, own our freedom. That is what will give us what we are looking for, not to be fighting each other, calling each other names. That's the little thing that I will say this morning. I yield here.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for your contribution. We appreciate that very line of thought. Let's go to our beloved sister Ojugo. Go ahead, my sister Ojugo. I believe you were watching the video on the background when I played that video. You saw it, and just make a contribution on any other line of thought you have. Let's hear from you.
Okay. Mr. Chief, good morning, and all my brothers in the house and those on the chat line. Good morning, everyone. We thank God today, and we glorify Him for giving us life and another opportunity to learn and grow. So with that being said, I listened to that man, trying to educate our people of whom they are, in case they have forgotten or in case their father and grandfather didn't teach them well. Because the other time, I don't know if it's on your program, that I saw them doing protest that they are not Igbo, and when he was talking, he gave an example of he went somewhere and they were speaking Igbo language, and somebody said, speak correct Igbo. That's nothing like correct Igbo.
Exactly.
We don't have anything like that. But
Nothing
what we have, like when I did Igbo at school, we have what is called central. That's in terms of writing a book. Because if you come to, like I was born and brought up at Onitsha, we speak Ife, Pa. That's not Central Igbo either. That's not Central Igbo either.
Yeah.
So it's like when I'm talking with somebody from Enugu, and then I'll tell the person to speak like me. Now, if you listen well, you will understand everything the person is saying. I want you to understand, you ask. Because even English, and when somebody gets to make a sentence in English, you don't comprehend it very well. You don't understand it very well. You still have to ask, please, explain. So that doesn't differentiate us from being Igbo or not being Igbo or being superior. Nobody is superior when it comes to Igbo language. Nobody. Because only Anambra now, so artists Anambra now. Only Imo will understand it, but all gonna sound funny in your ear. It's everywhere, anyway. It's like even in America here. If you're from the South, they will know you're from the South because of the way you speak your own English. They will know. Those from the North side will know that you're from the South. And even we that are here, we speak English, right? But they will still ask you, you have an accent, and we're all speaking English, but they will still tell you that you have an accent. And then I will say, you have an accent for me too, right? Because I'm trying to understand you as you are trying to understand me, even though we're all speaking English. It's the same for every language. When I was at the University of Science and Technology, Port Harcourt, my friend from Ekwere, when we're in the class and we don't want somebody to know, we speak Igbo. And he speaks his own dialect. And we understand each other. Very clear Igbo. So there's nothing like, I think maybe they themselves are feeling inferior. I think that sometimes that's part of the problem, when people are feeling inferior of the way they think their own Igbo sound. And then instead of them to know that it's normal, I'm now. They are typically Igbos. I feel with them. I can even understand the Ekwere man than Onyafi.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean? But still, that it doesn't make them to feel that inferior. You know? So all this, but I don't know. There's still that seed of, one man and one near.
Yeah.
But I hope in one way or the other, we will come to understand. Maybe with these things going on now, because if I ask you, Ebo dike, I think what dike, Ebo dike, but Ebo dike, when things start happening, they start what do you have to do? You fall back to your family. It's the same thing happen. Like there are some people in the family that when they get married, oh, maybe their husband is rich. Oh, it's just all about that. They don't look at their family anymore. But when something happens to you there, where do you fall back? To your family. You still fall back to that family. So it's the same thing that is going on. When something starts happening, you see, Asari was calling the Igbos, was regretting Nandakalu told him, but he didn't listen. Look at it. So hopefully with the preaching and the talk, and maybe with incident happening, because more is gonna happen. More is gonna happen. Those people, they're getting themselves ready for retaliation, and they will retaliate. You know how they retaliate, because they don't know what it's like. So we're gonna come together. How we're gonna come together, I have no idea. But by special grace of God, sometimes we learn in a hard way. Maybe that's how we're gonna learn. So come together and fight this fight once and for all. If I'm with you, speak your language. I speak mine. We understand each other. If I don't understand, then drag a even ordinary Uguta that is in Imo State. There is some words that they will call. You won't even know that is this like.
That's true.
Thank you. For them to say Dalu. There's something they call it. You won't even know that it's Igbo language at all. So it's everybody. We all have all the different tongues that will say things and understand it. That does not make you superior or not superior. Only on it only mistake and our church. Yes, to show you that on it you think is superior is not superior.
Exactly.
Yeah? So it's all one language and nothing more, nothing less. We're all one. And we hope that in one way or the other, we'll come back together. The prophecy of Nnamdi Kanu, I keep emphasizing of that, none that will go by without pattern. None. It will all come to fulfillment. None. So thank you, my brother Chicks, and every other person in the house. I'm getting ready for work and I'll be listening too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. We appreciate you for spending that time with us. Thank you so much for that amazing contribution. The next person will be our beloved brother Max. But before our brother Max takes the stage, let's hear this message of Mazen Nandeka in support of that previous video that we just watched.
Concerning these people that say the Ekwere people that say they are not evil.
No, not Ekwere people. No. Don't say that, please. Ekwere people did not say they are not evil. It is only Wike, those raised with money from abandoned property. It is guilty conscience that is pursuing them. Wike needed to deny his Igbo identity in order to serve his Fulani masters very, very well. Wike knows that he's an Igbo man, but he is ravaged by guilty conscience. Some of them, their father stole properties that didn't belong to them. And in our land, it's a taboo. In Igbo land, in Igbo culture, it is a taboo for you to steal landed property belonging to your brother, your cousin, or your sister. For them to shield themselves from the ravages of guilt, They said they are not Igbo. Of course, Ekwere is Igbo. Have you not seen the new state creation that they are touting all over the place, the Fulani Janjaweed? They want to create a state comprising of Ekwere people, as well as those of them they took from Omok, which are Igbo people, into a new state. Do not despair. No Ekwere person, no sensible Ekwere man said he is not Igbo. Let me tell you what has been happening in the zoo and what they do very cleverly. Before now, when the Yoruba media was against us in line with the Janjaweed, they magnify what idiots like we can say. What ordinary people are, anytime you say, I am Ekwere, I'm Igbo, nobody will publish it. But if you say, I am Ekwere, I'm not Igbo, every paper will carry it. That is why it is always very good for us to read between the lines. Forget about the noise making of a few empty barrels, like Wike, and listen to the voice of reason of other well-meaning Ekwere sons and daughters. They know they're Igbo. Everybody knows this very clearly. Some of them claim they are from Igodomigodo. I don't dispute that. But Igodomigodo is also Igbo land.
Yes, answer the question, because I see no reason why someone that speaks Igbo, that tries to do everything like Igbo, will begin to deny his identity.
When you lose a war, it is always like that. When you lose a war, it's always like that. We fought a war of attrition for 3 years. The Fulani Janjaweed came and gave biscuit and chewing gum and tobacco to some people, and kai hot drink to some people, and say, one Nigeria. If you don't say you are one Nigeria, will kill you. I had a good brother of ours from America speak to me, and then he told me, this is a so-called Delta or Delta Igbo. He told me that they're from Uri. His father was the traditional ruler of his people. Every year, Ezeli will come to their village and sprinkle clay on the ground. They're from Uri. That is the way it is. Till tomorrow morning, we know who we are. Those who claiming they are not Igbo, they are living in denial. And I go as far as saying that everybody is Igbo. If you're a John, if you're a Bidio, and I say it clearly, go back and interpret it however way you want it to be interpreted. The truth stands eternal. And I keep saying to them, are you doubting me? That all of us are Igbo. One that doubted me a few days ago, I said to him, go back to Google and Google the word Ibibio. After he Googled the word Ibibio, I asked him, please read to me what you can see. He said, related to Igbo. I asked him to Google Efik. He Googled Efik. What can you see? Efik and Ibibio are one, both are related to Igbo. I asked him to Google a job. He Googled a job. I asked him, read to me what you can see. He saw a job related to Igbo. I said to him, do you want us to continue? He said, no, he's seen enough. And that was it. That is the truth. We are all one people. That is why CBD came. That is why if you go to Abreba today, they speak the same language, or more or less, with the Bibio people. If you go to a Jagam, there is no difference between a Jagam and Arochupu. It is the same thing. That is why CBD came from there. CBD is a uniting form of writing that binds the whole of Biafra together. If you go to places like Ihiala, if you go to Ihiala today, to Obulisuzo, do you know where they came from? They came from Igodomigodo land. Obulisuzo, you see today in Ihiala, their ancestral home is Igodomigodo. Why are we deceiving ourselves? As I said before, once your mother ties two-piece wrapper, you are one of us.
Thank you so much. You have heard that message. Just to support the other video of our brother who was talking there. So, my brother Max, please, before you come in, I think we have somebody who is joining us for the very first time. Let's allow him. Let's hear from him. Please, my brother Max, take an excuse from you. Let's allow Dibia. I see Dibia. Dibia. Is that Dibia? Dibia, go ahead and speak to us, Dibia. Let's hear you. Unmute yourself, Dibia.
Unmute.
Okay. Go ahead. Let's hear
I am trying.
I can hear you now. We can hear you now. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Good morning, my brothers and my able people in the studio. I thank each and every one of us. Thank you, Brachus. I thank you for everything. This is the first time joining us in a public chat like this. N'ikwu eziokwu, ana m ekene anyị niile na mbọ anyị niile anyị na-agba na nwere onwe. Ana m ekele gị ma choose ị na-agbalị too much. I say may God be your strength in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
We always like to join us because I don't know na ihe gbasara techniques. Now this is when I believe why I know. So I like the topic and the move. Even my brother from Ekwere who have spoken, if not now a politician, only 18 years he will get a long way based on his otoshirikwoku na nkọwa na ihe niile Igbo wofu Igbo enwede nkewa na ndị kwuru ife ihe ha na-erite na anya ha na-arachata n'ọnụ na-ezo onwe ha ezo ọ dịkasị na o nwere ihe dị iche nwere ihe dị iche mana believe site na mana Chukwu Nnamdi Kalu, our leader, and Sam Ekpa, our prime minister have proved to us that we are one, and by the grace of God all na ihe anyị na-enweta ihe anyị na-achọ obere oge we redress all these issues. When you're on a man left, a man right here. So we thank God for the brother's life. I also want to remember the area I usually won't cover no wine. Nico Joko Nane Odechonia Dianjo, let's change him. This is three set of people Kawara Hainem because of ọchịchị obunobi ha ọchịchị nke obunobi ha asị m kwuo na nke m jiri wụrụ n'echiche nke m ana m ekwu na mmadụ atọ achọrọ Biafra ha bụga onwe anyị na-ama n'elu social media because ọ na-achọ Biafra whatever that will stop Biafra will be against you and you will be against that.
Yes.
I see no reason why right from beginning can we say right from the one Hashel and Gaza or the council or fundraising for this Hemenka. My word to my state will not differ. If at all now these people should Biafra and the why must they go on with it? Which means because if you're talking about Biafra, and up to tomorrow, how go by the one village, never had a genocide. I told my de facto governor then that India actually Biafra, and up to tomorrow actually Biafra. So I want to check about the make I need a even some people now ka dikoton in a dikoton with onye natural here natural. It is impossible. Nke ha jere kewa the angel line. Now ọwụrụ na anyị na ịchọrọ mmetọ nwere nwaanyị na-achọ ọdịnye mkpa and ịghọta ihe ha na-achọ ị na-agala ihu na-ekewa ndị angel anyị nwụrụ ịma ama na how the defense because immediately kewara anyị nwere declare Biafra two things remain the recognition and defend of the land.
Yes.
And you go on disorganizing the defense of the land. Those are the ones that are not the ruler. The only people that propagate that move of defense at home with the angels and give a Biafra, you go home and disorganize them. Stop all the defense. God on his own and his team up to tomorrow is moving higher on the issue of recognition, which they're supposed to do. The defense is at home. And they went on, they went home, divide and destroy the defense. I want to put it to my own destiny because in the Igbo Natulusi, I don't know because in Gidowa, Idobia, and in Gidobi is so chill around.
and Gizo Chioma's ways. So even if at all now I gather together today, Shika Urofu, I can name your hand because I can have Samantha or Shino Pony the Kukwano. You have any chance of money. So the truth still remains that nobody now and here they make action now Kabiakatono, Haga ordinary member like me. Because when somebody like the government get a lab move in government, you're not going to understand the Medina. Many of us, I want also direct to many of us, Nekoku na defense, Nekoku Magande or angels. Whatever might be the case, right from the one, you know, go Obodo Zuano. Now, we're not a government, only also we're watching. What shall you need about the uniform? Nina or Chishani, the Lord, Kitty, my young Watala, or sergeant from Mama Wanyanki, Bully and retired doors on it. The reason of that was or about government
loyalty, yes.
The reason of doing that, there's no how somebody who is not loyal to you, you can work with him in government, he cannot work. So any government that will move and recognize and go on with somebody who is not loyal to your government, it cannot work. That is not how it can work. So this is different from their topic anyway. So when they make we have only one government. And this one government, it is only them that believe in that government will move on with the government. The government, I need a woman Biafra. Is so like ordinary person. Don't go and show a big motor pan, a big motivation, it cannot work because you're not part of the government. Oh, see, people were born at Biafra, and Bob Lemon or Chichi, Bob Lemon and Drondrochichi, Ndeke Numedia. I so happen to have another 2 years or 4 years, and they can wish you. That is politics for you, and that is government for you. So, on the modern Biafra, Bible, the Bob and war, only open at the Shika. Then young man, I come and I put in here. I remember that I told them one time in Madifato. Now, I don't know Patania, and then I fell you, because in the danger government, they cannot move alone. They cannot climb the step alone. I wouldn't get young man in Bobo, in a new to the Bobo, so we must try in one way or the other to support Dr. Ngozo Raboese, to move high, to move the government high. Always show go government, it is impossible. But because of the love of what we are looking for, even if I don't understand, I need support, I need tomorrow. I need move until I want any lecturer. I want any lecturer. Lamba, then okay, politics, you know, as well politics. Yes, without the politics. Yes, I'm going to what are the politics? So when you politics, is getting it wrong. It's getting it wrong. Those three wise foolish people and their followers, they must know. I'm very sorry for using this word foolish, and they're foolish. They are wise foolish set of people. But the answer na ha ga ajụjụ onye ọbụla ma ajụ ha ọ gịnị ka unu na-achọ unu si achọ nwere onwe ọdụnụ si achọ nwere onwe ọ gịnị ka unu ji agasị ya ka unu na-aghọtara na ngasị ka unu na-agasị ya. So ndị niile na-eso ha okwu ntode nwụ today enwere onye na-anụ maka DOS anana and ndị niile ndị ọga si na ha mkpụrụ Samuel Ekpa aha nwere dị aha na-akpọtụpere Samuel Ekpa This set of people, ndị niile pụtakwara nile n'oge nke DOS ahụ zụdeta anyị ma ndeli ofegbu a ma ka ha anyị na. Now this particular set of people apụta at this present time I gabigwere a lot of people mfiduru na ha including my de facto government and the local county. I move myself from the platform because ha kwuru na ọba ha so and m nwere ha anya na ha ghọtara ebe ha na-eje and mmanwe iso ma ha na the platform ọ dị ka si na aga m na ọwụsịrị na m ga m na mara onye isi that the state of challenge it cannot work. So what I did is to move myself out of them. Because if the person at this my age, it cannot work. So there, it will not be how we're going to have Biafra. That is the answer. And the Hachoria, only Nanya and the Mono in Abahoku, what and I have the Meconia wounded actually in Nacho. And then I joined Nacho. Ngile so ha gele jinwa ayo ile so o me ko onye na mo le ri ko ni o geji nga jogologo ige nga jogologo wa tanga ko buoni. So any good move you make would to for them to use it as propaganda and destroy your tomorrow. So onye bana wonye ne so na onye bana wonye na atukunye na hogo onye bana wonye na anya ha ndomodo wota na ndị a ihe anyị na-achọ dị iche na ha na-achọ ego ha na-achọ isi ha na-achọ positions mana anyị chọrọ ọwụ nwere onwe this pretense dị iche ama na ị na-agụta ndị na-ekwu
eziokwu
ama m na these people chọrọ ihe ọchịchọ dịka anyị nwere nwaanyị chọkwa ihe ọchịchọ ha na-achọ ego na-achọ isi na-achọ political such a thing mana anyị ma chọrọ nwere onwe so ọchịchọ nke anyị na ọchịchọ nke ha ụdị ofu ọ eziokwu na ofu umbrella ahụ Biafra but the truth ọchịchọ nke ha dị iche ọchịchọ nke anyị
Oh, I think he's stuck. I think the network is now troubling him. We appreciate you so much, Mwachineke. You have just given us a very wonderful speech, and we would like to hear more from you. Anytime you have time, you can join us on this platform. This platform belongs to every one of us. So whenever you have the time or the opportunity, you can equally join us and continue to preach this gospel. It is a pity that the network could not allow him to conclude. But nevertheless, we are here and we'll always be here, and we will continue to preach this gospel and reach out to everyone. My brother Max, are you there? Are you there, Mask? You are still Steve. Mask is out also. Bro Greg, are you there? Are you there, Bro Greg?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead until they come back.
Thank you, my brother.
You're welcome.
My greetings to my Biafra family all over the world. Yes, we must give respect to who respect is due. As we greet our brother on our leader, Mazin Kanu, we greet our able PM, Mazin Modepa, and my respect to Dr. Ngazarabeze, and all the men in the cabinet and the media people. May the hand of God be upon you people and sustain you and protect you.
You see?
Yes. I watched the clip about our brothers in the other side. of the river. It is a pity that a son and a son is saying that nobody can tell me who my father is. It's a pity that Biafra, and in that Biafra, some Igbo tribe of it, because of the things to gain in Nigeria, because of the political appointment